Richard Fuller, please.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Minister, in their evidence to this committee, National Grid said that the MPSs cover the local negative impacts of individual schemes without giving sufficient weight to the overall national benefits, and particularly local environmental impacts. So, do the revisions, do you think, Minister, more fairly balance the need for the delivery of the new infrastructure with these environmental impacts?
Well, I think they maintain a good balance. You know, obviously, one of the most important things in my job is keeping community support for the delivery of energy infrastructure, Mr. Jones, and that can be anything from nuclear power stations through to grid connections, through to issues relating to offshore wind connecting with shore and the installations there. So we, if you like, have an interest in making sure that that balance is the right one, commensurate, obviously, with the swift, speedy, efficient delivery of infrastructure. So I believe they do strike the right balance and will enable planning decisions to continue to be made at the required pace. You heard from Minister Pincher earlier about the overall review, Project Speed, led by DLUC, to speed things up, which we very much agree with. But I think we also have to make sure that that balance is preserved, because ultimately I need community support across a lot of this delivery of infrastructure. That I think life would be made very difficult if we lost community support, particularly with some of these really ambitious targets. I mean, you're talking about we're already the world leader in offshore wind capacity. We're talking about a quadrupling of that in the next decade. That has definitely big potential to make an impact on those communities where offshore wind connects. So I'm keen to, if you like, ride both horses. More efficient, speedy delivery of infrastructure, but it's also very important for me to keep community support.
But you'll be aware, Minister, that trying to ride two horses, if the horses start moving away, then your legs start to get rather stretched, and you'll be aware that many colleagues here often have to balance locally issues about infrastructure with the effect on local environment, on local biodiversity. And those issues are going to get even more important. In my own constituency in North East Bedfordshire, the whole issue about biodiversity about housing is important. So how confident can you be to this committee that in your review that this balance is going to be right? Because if it's wrong, you may fall off one of those horses.
Well, I think that's a fair question, Mr. Fuller, although actually this is a sector, particularly on renewables, where, of course, the interest in the environment between those who are interested in the local environment and those who are interested in the global environment can often work together. So for, say, the delivery of renewables or low-carbon infrastructure like nuclear, actually it will often be the same people who are concerned about the local environment as about the global environment. So I think quite often constituents, in my experience, will understand that balance. So I think they will understand, if you like, the ability or the desire to ride both horses at once. They're compared to as if it was something which, if you like, their belief set here is going against their belief set here. Here, I think the same people who will be concerned about the local environment will very frequently be the same people concerned about their global environment, which of course is almost all of our constituents, let's face it.